Hey, what is up, guys? Alex here from Tech Inspected, coming to you with a sort of unscripted quick review of the JSAUX ModCase for the Steam Deck. This is kind of a popular case for the Steam Deck. It is very similar to the D brand front cover screen, and a lot of others actually copying this design. But this is kind of the popular variant. This is about, I think, $30 or so, and this is it in its glory. Now, the advertising points of this, well, it comes with this little dock cover. This is for the official Steam Deck dock, though you can use it as an actual just a sort of floppy-ish dock. Comes with this little wristwatch thing, and this is the actual case itself. As you can see, the front is completely covered if the case is on it, and then this is the back part. As you can see the Valve logo of the Steam Deck. It covers the triggers as well on top, and yeah, it's a pretty decent protection for your Steam Deck. Of course, there are the accessories allow for some stuff, but I'll first show you how to get the cover off. You just pop it from the bottom there, and it's a bit tight here. My table is small, but this is what it looks like. The Steam Deck is what it looks like. And as you can see, you get the front completely sort of uncovered from this sort of shape right here. And you can use all of your controls and whatnot. And of course, the triggers are like that. It adds a little bit of a little I don't know what this is. It's sort of a plastic-like grip. So this has sort of two materials. This has a little hard plastic here and a little silicone rubber thing up top. So it's not the same material top and bottom. Not that it matters to me at all. There's a semi-transparent layer here, and there is this optional. I forgot how to remove this. The optional kickstand, metal kickstand. This is actual metal here that has these grooves that you can mount it. I'm trying to rush this part because this doesn't really matter to me. It has the holes for the exhaust or intake, I believe, and of course some holes for your R4 and R5, and it has a pretty nice design at the back, in my opinion. The kickstand is very adequate for standing your Steam Deck at an angle. I think this is maybe 15 degrees this way. And of course, the controls are pretty fine. I'm not a big fan of the plastic. It feels like sandpaper to my hand because it's sort of hard plastic, and the texture is not to my liking, but you can definitely work with it, and you just don't want to rub your palm against it, but that's fine. This is completely serviceable case, and the front part even has this little foam piece to protect the screen. I would probably remove this little sticker, but the reason I'm not is because I'm selling this to my friend completely almost unused. This already has a screen protector. That's why I'm not worried that this has the sticker here. Yeah, that is the case. There is a cutout for obviously your the power adapter or Type C port, and then you have raised rubber buttons for your power and volume, which is actually good because that is something I do wish other cases have. Now, let's talk about some of the features here. So I'm still not talking about what I think. I'm still just talking about the actual case itself. Now, it has this little groove here on the Valve logo, which this slots into, and then you slot this in for extra devices that you want to mount next to your Steam Deck. So this is primarily, mostly suggested use is for a power bank, because some people want to keep playing on their Steam Decks. This is a 65-watt type power bank, and you just plop it on there and then use the little wristwatch type lugs to sort of tie it down, and then now you have a Steam Deck with a power bank on it. This is 20,000 milliamp hours, lasts you maybe another 2-3 hours. So that is that feature there, which is actually pretty nice. You can even put a sort of a USB hub back here, or maybe an extra drive or something like that. A lot of people are experimenting with this, and that's gives you the freedom because you can use anything you want. And this is exactly the mount. You can even 3D print some stuff that sort of goes into that groove and use that as well. You can also use the little groove for the kickstand. JSAUX offers a extra blower device, I think, that goes over here, or I don't know if it goes here, but that is for the enthusiast user, in my opinion. A lot of these features, including the little wristwatch type device that sticks here, is for enthusiast use, because I think, the casual user of a Steam Deck is not entirely somebody who wants to accessorize completely their device. They just want to get going and play games, right? So one of the things that I do not like necessarily about this case, now a lot of people are going to complain about my pickiness, but to me this is a little overweight for me. And if you include the front cover, let's compare the weights here. I'll turn on my weighing scale. This is a standard Steam Deck with a micro SD. This one does not have a micro SD installed, but this has no case right now, and I'm gonna weigh this. Currently 682.6 grams. Okay, and then I will put the JSAUX one on there with a Steam Deck without a micro SD card, and it comes down to 981.5 grams. I don't know what's the difference there, but seems like 300 grams has been added completely just by the JSAUX there. Yeah, that is exactly about 300 grams. 682, 981. That 299 grams has been added by the JSAUX case. That is a lot. That is 50% the entire Steam Deck's weight has been added by the JSAUX. Now, a lot of people are not going to complain about that. A lot of people are okay with the extra heft, but I'm working with a minimalist type of setup that I usually carry with me, and I don't usually like bringing heavy devices. So this doesn't work for me. And of course, when you pull it out of your bag, you still have to do one extra action of removing the front cover. Now, that is not the biggest problem in the world. You just put this back in your box, but it does add an extra layer of working, thing to do, hoop to extra do. And that's just not for me. I want something that comes out of the box. It comes out of the bag. Now, I do appreciate that the sticks are protected when you have, or all of the front is protected when you have this front cover in here. And I have to admit, if you are taking your bag or your Steam Deck in, maybe hiking, maybe in a bus or a train where you don't know what will happen to your bag, or maybe you'll bump into somebody, then this protection is actually quite good. And maybe even maybe you could even use the official Steam Deck case that came in the box, which is actually free, instead of this. But I digress. Now let's talk about a naked Steam Deck. A naked Steam Deck is obviously devoid of any protection, but it's so lightweight. You can literally play with it and with 2 fingers, and it feels so light and so free. I am not necessarily the biggest fan of a naked Steam Deck. I use a sort of rubberized case. I wish this was a little lighter. I even had this. This was the first case that I bought. Has this little grippy parts, but I've since replaced it with the one I'm showing you right now. And this one has its own kickstand. So I've decided that I needed something with a kickstand, and this is what I've used. Excuse me. Let me try and weigh this without putting it on so we can save some time. Let's turn on our weighing scale. I believe it adds about 150 grams, so it's not the lightest thing in the world. Oh, we need some space out here. Okay, 0. Okay, put this on. 682.8, 816.9. So definitely added a bit of. I can't show you because it's being covered by the Steam Deck and the camera just can't see it, but it's 816.6 right now. So that is what, 140 grams possibly. This is a pretty good protection though. It protects the front of your Steam Deck. I'm not trying to like extol the virtues of this case, but I'm just trying to give you the difference between a JSAUX and this case. It protects the front of your device except for the screen, and then the sticks are obviously available to be hit by anything in your bag or whatnot. All the buttons are accessible as well. This is sort of like intermediate protection compared to this. This for me is what I like. Let's talk about how I carry my Steam Deck. This is the reasoning. I'm just trying to give you the reasoning why the mod case, this JSAUX mod case, is not for me. This is my sling bag. I carry this a lot of times, and this is after years and years of like working with technology and trying to find out what I need and what I don't. So this is the sling bag that I've chosen to use. This is not an expensive bag. Don't worry about it. There's no particular brand about this. This is some dog treats that I bring. And then just there's a compartment in the middle for this bag that is just right for a Steam Deck. And it has some minor padding, if you can notice that. Minor padding here. All of the entire bag has some minor padding. And sometimes canvas bags don't have padding, and this one has. So I do appreciate that. And this Steam Deck just slips onto there completely. Now, a lot of people will be like, oh no, what are you doing with your Steam Deck? That'll get destroyed. It doesn't get destroyed. Come on, calm down. There's a lot of people that are very OCD out there. And if you're OCD, don't watch this video. I am more of a sort of a minimalist kind of guy. So this actually fits. I'm going to try to put the silicone case on. It'll take a couple seconds here, maybe under a minute. There we go. So I do like the feeling of the silicone case, the rubber case. It feels better in my hand compared to the JSAUX sort of very hard plastic here. And it feels better grip, of course, because it is sort of rubberized. Now, I don't appreciate that it doesn't have raised buttons for the power and the volume, but what can you do? The kickstand works quite well, actually. That's the kickstand. It works quite well. There you go. It's not going to break anytime soon. But like I said, the thumbsticks are kind of, just out there. And it protects a little bit of the screen. The bezels are covered just a slight bit. Now, how does it fit into my bag? It's slightly snug compared to without the case. And that's why I cannot just use the JSAUX version, is because this would be very, very... I would probably have to take out all my stuff just to make the JSAUX fit in there, and it'll be incredibly much more heavier. I know it's 150 grams, doesn't seem like a lot. 150 grams is a lot when it comes to small bags like these. And what this bag allows is I can have a power bank in here, a charger in there and whatnot. And it's small. It doesn't look like I'm carrying much. I do like that because I live in the Philippines, and you have to be a little bit discreet when you're carrying technology in the Philippines. You don't want to be advertising expensive gear. Even though the Steam Deck is actually the affordable Steam Deck. This is the 64 gig variant with upgrades. That is the 64 gig variant as well. If you're going to ask me why I have two Steam Decks, well, I'm going to sell one of them. So just JSAUX case is for me only. I'm not going to say it for anybody else. For me only. A little too heavy. Like, oh my God. I can feel the heft. This is like light, can take it around. This is, you got to have a little bit of a, you're deadlifting here a little bit. This is bulkier, heavier as you would expect, but I bought this. I thought it would be, light enough, but it's just, you have to consider the weight when you're buying these things, and I was kind of convinced on getting the JSAUX, but the weight is just too much for me. Now, I'm not such a enthusiast user or a power user that I would probably not really use this unless I'm like maybe in a 10-hour flight, which I've been in long flights maybe a decade before, but not recently, so I don't really see you can use a phone if you run out of battery on your Steam Deck or whatnot, but or just plug your power bank on a table. You don't have to like lug it behind your Steam Deck. My point being is all this weight might not be useful for you 99% of the time, or at least for me it's not useful for me 99% of the time. If I need to carry this in a more stable, secure box, guess what, I'll be right back. I'll be 30 seconds. If my microphone cable just got tangled back there. If I need to bring this in a very secure, very sturdy case, this stays on, and I just put it inside the official, comes in the box, Steam Deck case. That is perfectly good protection. It even has a lock. You can put a lock in there. I don't know why you would put a lock in there. You probably lock your bag instead, but whatever. This is enough protection. You're rocking a intermediate amount of protection, and then when you put this on, which comes free, you don't have to pay for this. You have a lot more protection than, well, I don't know which one is more sturdy, but I think this is a lot of protection for me. And this is, you can put your silicone case inside. That is very good for me. So you have to consider those. If you are a power user, if you're an enthusiast user, and you need the little, maybe you're gonna buy the external, air cooler thing from JSAUX, which, that's crazy. I don't know what you're doing with your Steam Deck that you would need that, but anyways. Or are you such a power user that you can't live without this for accessories? And keep in mind, I don't even know how much weight this will add once you get the battery bank on there. Of course, this is a 20,000 milliamp hour battery bank, one of the larger ones you can take in an airplane. Keep in mind, you can only take like 27,000 milliamps, but I digress. Once you put that on there, this is I don't know, this might be like 1.3 kilograms, I know what you're trying to go for is maybe longevity while playing your Steam Deck, but consider your use case and consider how much you're going to use these features. Are you going to use them 50% of the time? Are you going to not need them 90% of the time? Because I've decided that I don't need any of these features 99% of the time. And if I ever do need more protection, I have the free case. So that is my review for the JSAUX ModCase for Steam Deck. It is definitely depending on you. I'm not saying it's a bad product. I'm saying it's a good product, but just not for my use case. Don't hate me, because I have a specific use case for it. And if you're OCD, I'm sorry I showed you my bag and I showed you how I keep my Steam Deck, and I take it anywhere I like because it's small and compact. You can't really do that when you have a large laptop bag with this in it. In the Philippines, you can't do that. Anyway, sorry for rambling too long. Alex from Tech Inspected here. Hope that helps you out. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Like, comment, subscribe.